In early 2026, Elon Musk merges his AI startup, XAI, with SpaceX. And just like that, he creates this $1.25 trillion behemoth. The vision? Nothing short of a new industrial revolution, all powered by a superintelligence based in space. But then, just a few weeks later, the whole story starts to unravel. We start hearing about staggering losses, a product in total crisis, and, get this, the entire founding team has walked out the door. So what is the real story here? Let's dive in. So which is it? Is XAI just a house of cards propped up by nothing but hype? I mean, one former finance minister actually called it a fraud wrapped in pseudoscientific jargon. Ouch. Or is all of this chaos, all this drama, just a cover for some secret master plan to unlock trillions of dollars in revenue practically overnight? That's the big puzzle we're going to try and piece together here. I mean, just look at the contrast. It's so stark, it's almost dizzying. On one side, you have this epic sci-fi vision for the future of humanity. And on the other, you've got the grim reality of a company that's bleeding money, losing all its key people, and has a flagship product mired in scandal. These two stories just can't both be true, right? Or maybe, just maybe, they can. Okay, to really get what's going on, let's first look at the mountain of evidence that suggests XAI is, for all practical purposes, a failing company. And honestly, the numbers? They're just staggering. Think about that. Nearly $1.5 billion gone in just 3 months. To put that into perspective, the company's revenue for that same quarter was a measly $107 million. The rate at which they were burning cash is almost hard to believe. Let this one sink in for a second. For every single dollar that came in the door, XAI was losing $13. This isn't just a rocky start for a new company. This isn't growing pains. This is a catastrophic, completely unsustainable business model. And it all adds up to this, almost $8 billion in cash, just vaporized in less than a year. The company was hemorrhaging money so fast that Musk actually had to arrange a massive bridge loan through SpaceX just to keep the lights on. But the financial disaster? That was only part of the story. It wasn't just money pouring out of the company, it was the talent. We're not talking about a few key people leaving. This was a total disintegration. The entire group of 11 AI superstars that Musk handpicked to build this thing, all of them walked. It started as a trickle, but by early 2026, it was a flood. You had absolute legends of the field, like Jimmy Buck, co-author of one of the most important papers in AI history, just heading for the exit. And this wasn't just some internal drama. Experts on the outside were sounding the alarm, and loudly. The former Greek finance minister, Yanis Varoufakis, did not pull any punches. He called the whole valuation a fiction, held up by what he called motivated irrationality. Basically, investors wanting so badly to believe the hype that they just ignored the terrible, terrible numbers. And then there was the product itself, Grok, the AI that was supposed to kill ChatGPT. Instead, sources were calling it an embarrassing mess. It consistently failed to measure up to its rivals. It would go rogue, spouting off bizarre and deeply offensive rants. And worst of all, it got tangled up in a massive deepfake scandal that triggered global investigations that threatened not just XAI, but its brand new parent company, SpaceX. But, the final nail in the coffin? It might have come from Musk himself. In March 2026, he made what sources called a radioactive confession. He publicly admitted that the company was fundamentally broken and needed to be rebuilt from the ground up. For the founders who were still there, that was it. The very guy who valued their company at $250 billion was now saying it was a failure. Okay, so the case for collapse is, well, it's pretty damning. A total disaster, right? But that brings us to the other side of the story. The side that argues all this chaos, all this spending, is actually part of a much, much bigger plan. And this is the real head-scratcher. If the company is such a train wreck, why on earth would you merge it into your crown jewel, SpaceX, at such a ridiculously high valuation? Well, the believers will tell you it's because the public story of XAI and its chatbot Grok, that was all just a distraction. The real project was a secret. And that secret project is this, the Digital Human Emulator. See, the goal isn't to build a slightly better chatbot. No, the goal is to build an AI that can do anything a person can do on a computer. Think about that. A digital remote worker you can copy and paste millions of times to run entire industries. And this is where all the different pieces of the Musk empire suddenly start to click together. Step 1, build the AI. Step 2, and this is where it gets really wild, use the millions of powerful computers that are already inside Tesla cars as a giant planet-spanning supercomputer to run this digital workforce whenever the cars are parked. And then, step 3, unleash it on the world and, as Musk claims, become one of the most valuable companies on Earth, almost overnight. And the vision doesn't even stop there. The SpaceX merger is the key to the ultimate ambition, building massive AI data centers in space, where you have unlimited solar power and the perfect vacuum for cooling. This cosmic infrastructure wouldn't just be for training AI. It would be the backbone for putting human colonies on Mars and fulfilling that mission to extend the light of consciousness out into the universe. So, how do we reconcile these two realities, the failing company and the grandiose galaxy brain plan? The answer might be that they're actually not contradictory at all. They might just be two sides of the same coin, a high-stakes, winner-take-all gamble for the future of artificial intelligence. You see, xAI's strategy is fundamentally different from its competitors. While companies like Google and OpenAI are in this massive war for talent, trying to hire every PhD they can find, Musk is basically trying to win with brute force. He poured billions into building Colossus, the world's biggest supercomputer, betting that raw computing power combined with a move fast and break things culture can simply outrun the slower, more careful approach of everyone else. And this quote from a tech executive just perfectly captures the whole philosophy. In the race for artificial general intelligence, the thinking is that there won't be 10 winners. There will be one, maybe two. And the prize is so enormous, we're talking about control of the future global economy, that it justifies any amount of spending, any level of risk, and any amount of chaos to get there first. And this is where the merger starts to make a weird kind of strategic sense, even if the financials look insane. It's a strategy some have called the Muskonomy. You use a profitable, rock-solid company like SpaceX as a giant piggy bank to fund your incredibly expensive moonshot bet. Not only does this give you near-infinite capital, but it also sucks up investor money that could have gone to your rivals, consolidating your own power in a market where only one winner gets the prize. So, after all that, where are we? We've got two completely coherent, yet totally contradictory stories. One of abject failure and one of a secret masterstroke. Let's put them side by side one last time. And here it is, laid out plain and simple. You can really see the puzzle. The bull case says there's a secret vision so revolutionary that all the current problems, they just don't matter. But the bear case points to cold, hard, irrefutable evidence that the company is in a death spiral. The finances, the talent exodus, the failed product, and even the founder's own admission that it was all built wrong. Both sides have some pretty compelling evidence, don't they? So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one question. Is the chaos at xAI just the messy, incredibly expensive price you have to pay to build the future? Or are we just watching the final frantic moments of a $250 billion lie before it all comes crashing down? The answer is going to define a lot more than just Elon Musk's legacy. It's probably going to define the next chapter for all of us.